Hello everybody watching this new video. You might know me as Geekasaurus Mike if you came from that channel, but this is going to be a brand new thing. This is going to be me as Motorwaffle, for reasons of that is my usual internet handle when I'm on a community forum or something of that nature. I go by Motorwaffle. And this channel is mainly just going to be me screwing around. It's going to be far less structured than Geekasaurus Mike is, because Geekasaurus Mike actually is supposed to have a theme. It's supposed to be kind of about superheroes, or at the very least like nostalgic things, things I grew up with. This channel is going to be whatever I want, which it's A, it's for me to have fun and to just keep getting stuff out. B, it's for stuff like this. I actually just got a job with the radio, so this is going to help me keep my radio voice. And third, this is going to be kind of an experimental thing for me, just to throw things at the wall and see what sticks. This might just become a gameplay channel. This might become other stuff. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But for now, for our very first video, we will have Shadow of Mordor, or Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be playing this game because I want my thing to kind of be, I want to play games that I'm familiar with those worlds. Like, Lord of the Rings games would be a big one. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I've read the Silmarillion several times. Like, no one reads the Silmarillion because it's a really long, kind of boring book, and it's just a history of Middle-earth. I've read it multiple times. I like it that much. I just finished Unfinished Tales. For the most part, I kind of skimmed through the Galadriel chapters because I didn't care that much. And of course, I've read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings many, many times. But, you know, there's a Game of Thrones game that I've heard isn't very good, but if this keeps going, I'll play it for y'all. Harry Potter games, if I find them, I'll play them. Oh, what else? Doctor Who, I know, has a lot of games, most of which are terrible, but I might play them for you. As you can see, I've got one game that I'm almost like 50% of the way through. I have played this a bit because I got this game well before I decided to do this. But that's fine, because it's going to keep us from having that whole, you know, me not knowing what I'm doing or where I'm going, and we spend entire episodes with me just, you know, messing around. And that's not to say I'm going to start playing through the games before I record them all the time, but I think that's a good thing to have right now when we're just starting. Alright, so Galadriel's giving us some exposition, as these sort of things are wont to start. Oh, Mount Doom actually looks pretty pleasant here. It doesn't look all that evil. Yes, we are in Gondor. Oh no, storm clouds. Yeah, we are going to be in Gondor, or at least the Kingdom of Gondor. We are not going to be at Minas Tirith, or Minas Ithil, or Minas Morgul, obviously. We are going to start out the Black Gate, right at the borders of Mordor, where the Gondorians are sort of keeping watch. This takes place between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, so if you've seen the third Hobbit movie, then you should know that, you know, the White Council goes in, spoiler alert, they go into Mirkwood and they drive out the Dark Power, which is Sauron. And Sauron, though, he knows they're coming because, well, for a couple reasons, but he retreats back to Mordor, where he's been secretly preparing. That dude is dead. He is super dead. Well, anyway, this is Talion. He'll be our main character, so to speak. You might know him as not Aragorn. He is a captain of the Gondorian Guard on the Black Gate. And one thing I'm not really sure of is if he's supposed to be a Dunedain, like Aragorn. I don't think he is, because the Dunedain are the Rangers of the North, and he is obviously, you know, he's in more of the southeast area of Middle-earth around Mordor. He's probably still descended from Numenor, though, because most of the Gondorians are, and he does look a lot like Aragorn and Denethor and Faramir, at least how they should look. Faramir doesn't... I don't think the movies really captured what Faramir should have looked like. He should have looked a lot like Aragorn, basically, but I don't think they did that. I actually really like the gameplay of this game, because it is quite a bit like the best parts of Assassin's Creed and the best parts of Arkham Asylum put together. And that's really good, because, you know, that's sort of the, that is the biggest part of a game, is if it's fun. Oh, you want me to hit, do ya? Is that what you want me to... Is that you want me to hit? I'm hitting you. How's it feel? Epic foreshadowing. Oh no, his son's a were-orc. I mean, no. But yeah, I'm thinking he's got to be a descendant of the Dunedain. His son's kind of a bamf. I'll give him that. You know, he might be still training, but he just wrecked house. Ground executions. When you're in kind of pitched combat, those don't do much for you.
Remember your training.
Way to auto-target for one hit, and then stop. Did you want to do something about that one? Yeah, that's what dodging is. If you can't dodge faster than someone can strike, then you're not dodging very well. But yeah, the Black Gates and actually Minas Morgul in general were built by the Gondorians. They were just taken over by Sauron. And right now we're at the Black Gate.
Remember, son, lunge deep and cut deeper.
Oh, where is everyone? There he is. Hey, you stop that. You stop that. I believe these guys, these guys are supposed to be orcs. No, these are Uruks.
Not orcs, they're Uruks. Far worse.
Yeah. The difference between orcs and Uruks, because I know that's kind of a confusing thing, especially if you're reading the books. You know, you've got goblins, orcs, and Uruks. I don't know what the deal with goblins is, but I believe, and I could be wrong, feel free to comment if I am, that Uruks are corrupted humans. Orcs are corrupted elves. They were taken by a guy called Morgoth, who is essentially Sauron's boss. And those elves were taken by Morgoth, and they were corrupted to becoming the orcs. I believe Uruks are corrupted men, and I believe this because Uruks don't fear the sun. If you read the Silmarillion, you know that the elves are essentially night creatures. They aren't much for the daylight usually, whereas men are creatures of the day. Is she dead too? Maybe she's fine. Check her pulse. I think she'll pull through. That's not where you check someone's pulse. Full of a flashback. Yeah, so like I said, I was saying before, I really like the gameplay of this game. You know, it's it's a very fun game, and you know, when you're making or playing a game, that should be your primary focus. This is the sneak tutorial, and I will give it that. Well, like I was saying, I'll give it that this is a very unique sort of sneak tutorial. It's not like combat. You're sneaking up on your wife and shaking her. No, you're not, as you can see. But I really like the gameplay. I'm not too big on the story or the characters for the most part. Talion is an incredibly uninteresting character. Sorry about that. He has kind of his moments of being snarky and sarcastic, but he's really just kind of every sort of video game anti-hero that you can think of, like Kratos or people like that. He's sort of every brooding, my family's dead sort of character, and he doesn't really have much that defines him. But, you know, it's fine, just because the game's fun, and it has other things that we'll be sure to get to later that that make it a good time and a worthwhile experience. There are also some more problems we'll probably get into later. I'm just getting over a cold, actually, so maybe this wasn't the best time to start the gameplay channel, but you know what? We're going to anyway. Yeah, we're just gonna Batman around here, except we're gonna, you know, slaughter the crap out of them while we do it. That's fine, though, they're orcs. Orcs don't count as people. Neither do Uruks. They don't have rights. There's actually a alternate interpretation of Lord of the Rings out there where the orcs are the good guys. Here's the main bad guys. You can tell because he has more spikes, and he has like a Darth Vader mouth mask thing. Wrecked! The Black Hand wants him alive. Well, this is all unfortunate. The friendship bracelet of power. Yeah, one of the main sort of mechanics of this game is that Talion can't die. Even if you die in game, he doesn't actually die. He's just brought back by, I guess it's the wraith you're about to see, but that kind of goes against one of the main things of Middle-earth, and that is that death is the gift of men. Middle-earth is a monotheistic universe, and the Eru, who is their god, he made men with the gift of death. Because elves and angels, who are called the Valar, they are bound to the earth. They are bound to they are bound to the physical world for their entire existence. Their souls are stuck there. An elf will die, but his spirit will go to this place called the Halls of Mondos, and will eventually be reincarnated. Men die and leave. They are only in the physical world temporarily, and that's supposed to be a gift, because after thousands and thousands of years of living, you know, the elves and the angels will wish to die, but they won't be able to, whereas men aren't around long enough to get sick of Middle-earth. Here's the spirit of an elf that is being bound to Talion's body. His spirit's been yanked from the Halls of Mondos, and he has amnesia, wouldn't you know it? Cannot remember a darn thing. So, now we are in Mordor. Mordor! What do we have to believe you on? You haven't said anything.
You are banished from death.
That's not a thing that happens.
Between the worlds of light and dark.
No.
Curse binds us together within the walls of Arda.
Also, no. That's a big part of the Silmarillion, is that the Númenóreans were like, they fought with the Valar at the end of the First Age, unlike most men. They were given gifts by the angels that they basically became Supermen. They had super long lives, they were strong and fast. They were the Ubermensch. But not even the Valar could free them from death, because that is an integral part of what humans are. So yeah, this whole banished from death thing, it really kind of goes against the sort of mythos. Whatever, we'll go with it though. I'm not much of a stickler. Or am I? No, I'm really not. Okay, that is a weird looking anvil. That's a weird looking hammer.
Looks familiar.
Does it? Wonderful. And now we have Talion looking at us. Looking at us all brooding. Brood. Yeah, I got a face cam now. If you watch Jolly Cooperation or any of my previous Let's Play stuff on Geekasaurus Mike, I didn't have one. Not for any particular reason or because I'm against face cams, mostly just because I didn't bother setting one up. But now I have one because, you know, why not? Okay, so now we are finally in Mordor. Left control to reforge. I don't know how you forge an anvil by whacking it once with a hammer. It's what we're doing though. Okay, unlock forge towers to unlock the wraith's memories. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but if you watch the trailer for this game, you know who the wraith is, because this game is terrible at setting up mysteries. Like I said, the trailer immediately tells you who the wraith is, and it's supposed to be this big mystery, up until you find enough artifacts to give him his memories back. And I have the ghost bow. Y'all don't know about my ghost bow. You just gotta headshot these guys until you're out of elf shot. But that's okay. And this is the part where it's going to be basically the Arkham games, which is fine, because I like the Arkham games. They're fun games. One thing you can do is you can do this kind of life force drain. That'll get you like elf shot back. Elf shot is like your arrows. But anyway, we're going on 15 minutes here, so this will be it for this first episode. And I will see you all next time here on Motorwafflin. I haven't really come up with a name yet.